It's official. Johnny Somali's American dream is officially dead, and what's coming out now is more devastating than anyone expected. This isn't just another streamer controversy anymore. We're talking about a complete exile from his own country, leaked audio that's making jaws drop worldwide, and a nuclear-level meltdown that's got the entire IRL streaming world shaking. Here's what nobody saw coming. Even if Johnny Somali somehow gets a light sentence in South Korea, he literally cannot return to America. Not won't, cannot. And the reason why will blow your mind. But that's not even the most shocking part. New leaked footage just dropped showing Johnny making threats against American citizens, propositioning Korean women, and admitting he's the mastermind behind turning IRL streaming into what legal experts are calling a criminal enterprise. The stakes couldn't be higher. We're not just watching one man's downfall anymore. We're witnessing the complete implosion of someone who thought he was untouchable, only to discover that even the American embassy won't take him back. And when you hear what he's been saying behind closed doors about his own country and its people, you'll understand why nobody wants to save him. This is confirmed, this is happening, and it's about to get so much worse. Let's rewind a bit, because Johnny Somali's story isn't just about one reckless streamer. It's about a man who weaponized his American citizenship like a shield, thinking it would protect him from consequences anywhere in the world. Boy, was he wrong. For those just catching up, Johnny Ramsey Ismail, better known as Johnny Somali, built his entire brand on chaos. He'd travel to different countries, cause maximum disruption, disrespect local cultures, and then hide behind his American passport when things got heated. It was the perfect scam until it wasn't. Here's where the delusion really shows. Johnny genuinely believed that being American made him untouchable. In leaked audio, he's heard saying, "The South Korean government has no power to punish an American streamer. If they do, then Donald Trump can do something to South Korea." The level of entitlement is staggering. But Johnny didn't stop there. Sources close to the situation reveal he actually tried to contact Donald Trump directly, demanding that if South Korea doesn't free him, Trump should put the biggest tariff on South Korean products. His exact words, "Hyundai that are sending cars to America, put up the tariffs. They don't free Johnny Somali. Put up the tariffs. Do it." The desperation is real. When Trump didn't respond, Johnny pivoted to begging Barron Trump, Marco Rubio, and even the State Department. He referenced how they helped Andrew Tate in Romania, pleading, "Please save not Johnny Somali, Johnny Ramsey Ismail, the American. I'm stuck. I'm American citizen." But here's what Johnny didn't realize. His actions had already burned every bridge back home. While he was causing international incidents, Americans were watching in horror as he dragged their country's reputation through the mud. The very citizenship he thought would save him became the reason nobody wants him back. Word on the street is that when Philippine authorities asked the American embassy to take back another problematic streamer, Vitaly Dorovetsky, they flat out refused. Insiders claim the same fate awaits Johnny. The American embassy has reportedly made it clear they won't be rolling out any red carpets for someone who spent years embarrassing the nation on a global stage. This isn't just about one streamer anymore. This is about what happens when privilege meets consequences, and the results are absolutely devastating. But here's where it gets even darker. What we're seeing now isn't just Johnny's downfall, it's the complete exposure of his true character, and the leaked footage is absolutely nuclear. Sources familiar with the situation have confirmed that Johnny has been caught on camera making direct threats against American citizens. In one particularly chilling clip, he's heard saying, "Bro, I wish I was in America where I can," before being cut off by someone warning him not to finish that sentence. The implication is terrifying, but that's not even the most shocking part. New evidence has emerged showing Johnny's complete contempt for the very country he's begging to save him. When confronted by a random person from California who had never heard of him, Johnny's reaction was pure desperation. The man literally didn't know who Johnny Somali was. That's how irrelevant he's become to actual Americans. Here's what insiders are whispering. Johnny's behavior has become so erratic that he's now claiming he's being gangstled by Asians all over the world. His exact words, "I am being gangstled. I'm being gangstled by Asians all over the world." Legal experts say this kind of paranoid rhetoric is exactly why no country wants to deal with him. Then came the nuclear moment. Leaked audio reveals Johnny admitting he would regret returning to America and that he's considering fleeing to China or India instead. People familiar with his inner circle say he's already making backup plans because he knows the truth. America doesn't want him back. The evidence keeps piling up. In recently surfaced footage, Johnny is seen propositioning Korean women, asking, "How much money you got?" and literally saying, "I'll buy you." This isn't just disrespectful behavior anymore. Legal experts are calling it criminal solicitation. But wait, it gets worse. In another leaked clip, Johnny is caught asking Korean women about prostitution, using coded language that makes his intentions crystal clear. Sources close to the Korean legal system say this footage is being used as evidence in his ongoing criminal case. What's truly devastating is that Johnny has now admitted he influenced an entire generation of IRL streamers to follow his path of chaos. His exact words: "I feel like I'm a martyr. I sacrificed myself. I sacrificed a lot of my live streaming career." He's literally admitting to corrupting the entire industry. The walls are closing in and there's nowhere left to run. The situation just exploded beyond anyone's wildest expectations. What started as one man's legal troubles has now become a full-scale investigation into what industry insiders are calling the Johnny Somali effect. A systematic corruption of IRL streaming that's turned content creation into criminal activity. Sources close to major streaming platforms reveal that Kick has implemented unprecedented rules specifically because of Johnny's influence. Here's the devastating part. They've banned not just Johnny, but anyone who even shows him on camera. That's how toxic his brand has become. But the evidence keeps getting more damning. Ice Poseidon, another controversial streamer, went on record saying people were talking shit on Kick because Johnny Somali streamed on Kick, and that's why Kick had so much bad press before they banned him. This isn't speculation anymore. This is confirmed testimony from industry veterans. Word on the street is that Johnny's influence has created what legal experts are calling a criminal enterprise disguised as content creation. Multiple sources confirm that streamers across Asia are now following his playbook, terrorizing locals and causing international incidents. The ripple effect is unprecedented. Here's where you need to hype this video, because what I'm about to reveal next shows just how deep this rabbit hole goes. If you're as shocked as I am by these revelations, smash that hype button right now. We need to get this information out there because the mainstream media is staying silent on the full scope of Johnny's impact on the streaming world. Your hype helps expose the truth they don't want you to see. The leaked audio gets even more explosive. Johnny is heard admitting, "I feel like I've been unfairly blamed for ruining live streaming or affecting IRL streaming in Asia." But then he doubles down. "Maybe the world should be thanking me a little bit. I feel like I was a martyr." People familiar with the streaming industry say this admission is being used as evidence that Johnny deliberately corrupted the platform. One insider told us he's literally confessing to orchestrating the downfall of legitimate content creation. But here's what's truly nuclear. Sources close to the Korean investigation reveal that Johnny's case has opened up a much larger probe into American streamers operating overseas. This isn't just about one person anymore. This is about a systematic abuse of tourist visas and international goodwill. The evidence is overwhelming, and it's all pointing to one conclusion. Johnny Somali will never see American soil again. This isn't just about Johnny Somali anymore. What we're witnessing is the complete collapse of the American privilege abroad mentality, and the implications are staggering for every content creator who thinks citizenship equals immunity. Industry experts are calling this unprecedented. For the first time in modern history, we're seeing American embassies actively distance themselves from their own citizens. Sources familiar with diplomatic protocols say Johnny's case has set a new precedent. Being American doesn't guarantee rescue when you've embarrassed the nation globally. The streaming world is in complete chaos. Multiple insiders confirm that major platforms are now implementing Johnny Somali clauses. Specific rules designed to prevent another systematic corruption of their services. Kick's new policy of banning anyone who even shows banned streamers on camera is just the beginning. But the cultural impact goes deeper. People close to the situation reveal that Johnny's behavior has damaged American soft power in ways that will take years to repair. One diplomatic source told us, "Every time an American streamer causes problems overseas now, Johnny Somali's name comes up. He's become the poster child for ugly American behavior." The legal ramifications are explosive. Constitutional experts are now debating whether the government has an obligation to repatriate citizens who've committed crimes that damage national reputation. This case could literally rewrite the rules about citizenship and consequences. Here's what's truly devastating. Sources in the streaming industry say Johnny's influence has created what they're calling the race to the bottom. Content creators are now competing to see who can cause the most chaos, thinking controversy equals views. The entire ecosystem is poisoned. International relations experts are watching this case closely because it represents a new type of diplomatic crisis. How do you handle citizens who weaponize their nationality for personal gain while actively damaging international relationships? The answer is becoming clear. You don't. Sources close to multiple Asian governments reveal that Johnny's case has sparked discussions about implementing streamer visa restrictions, specifically targeting American content creators. South Korea is reportedly leading the charge, with other nations considering similar measures. But here's the nuclear revelation. People familiar with the State Department's internal discussions say there's growing sentiment that problematic streamers should face natural consequences abroad without government intervention. Translation: you're on your own. The economic impact is staggering. Industry analysts estimate that Johnny's actions have cost American streaming platforms millions in lost international partnerships. Asian markets are now viewing American content creators with unprecedented suspicion. What's most shocking is how this has exposed the complete failure of the export American culture model when that culture becomes toxic. Johnny didn't just embarrass himself. He embarrassed an entire nation's digital presence. Legal scholars are calling this the end of consequence-free international streaming. The days of hiding behind citizenship while causing chaos abroad are officially over. So what's coming next? Sources close to the Korean legal system hint that Johnny's sentencing could set international precedent for how countries handle foreign troublemakers. And the implications are terrifying for anyone who thinks they can export chaos without consequences. But here's what nobody's talking about. Insiders claim Johnny isn't the only American streamer facing potential exile. A whole network of copycat creators could find themselves permanently banned from their home country if this precedent holds. The silence from Johnny's camp is deafening. No legal team statements, no PR damage control, just desperate social media pleas that make him look more unhinged by the day. That tells you everything about how hopeless his situation really is. What's truly explosive is that sources suggest more leaked footage is coming. Audio recordings that could expose the full scope of Johnny's international incidents are reportedly being prepared for release. This story is far from over. Johnny Somali thought he could game the system forever, but the system just gamed him back. And when the final revelations drop, the entire streaming world will never be the same. The question isn't whether Johnny will return to America anymore. The question is, who's next?